What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, man, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football, man. Week 9 is here, and our Washington Commanders will be taking on the Seattle Seahawks Sunday night, man. Sunday night football, another primetime game. Let's talk about it. All right, man. So y'all already know, man. Before we get started, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. Also, man, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Also, click that bell so you can be notified when your boy Simba drops anything related to our Washington Commanders. All right, man. I was kind of waiting for the injury report to drop to record this video, but it ain't dropped yet. So it is what it is. Y'all can check out my review of the injury report on my TikTok channel when it ever drops. And I might release a short just talking about it. But week 9, man, we here. We got the Seattle Seahawks. We know that this game is, I'm not going to call it a must win, but this is one of the games that we truly need to win in order to keep our small glimpse of hope of a playoff run back-to-back years, right? With all the injuries, with all that's going on in the organizations, as far as like with and it's mainly the injuries, the coaching, the camaraderie inside the locker room, the guys playing together, the guys not playing together, the miscommunications, everything that has been surrounding this team, man. You would kind of wish and hope that a lot of these losses wasn't on primetime football. But, after the success we had last year, the NFL found that, or thought that it was best for everybody to go ahead and put us on 6 primetime games. Now, we did not foresee the injury bug looming around our organization as much as it has. And I just want to point out one little quote real quick, man, by a guy I follow on Twitter, Disco. Shout out to him. He said, it's okay. Let me pull it up. Here you go. And it got some truth to it. We're going to talk about it. It's okay to say injuries have derailed our season so far. All that injuries are no excuse. It's just tough talk. And y'all see my rebuttal here. And it's true, man. The injuries have derailed our season. It's hard to examine. It's hard to truly feel or see how this team really was going to compete this year with us losing, pretty much a guy almost every week of the season. And some guys we lost for season-ending injuries. And it's just hard to kind of keep the momentum or build that chemistry upon like with the new guys that joined the team. Will Harris, he's the one new guy. Dietrich Wise, another new guy. And that's just 2, but there's like other guys that we just brought onto the roster and we lost them for the year. And then some guys that played with us last year and saw some of the success, and we lost them this year too as well, offensively and defensively. So I am one of those tough talk guys, man. I do truly believe that this is why you built out a 53-man roster, but I'm not naive. I'm not going to be, just out here delusional with that, like, hey, man, no, we still can get it done, man. No, the injuries have hurt this team. The injuries have decimated, the production that us as Washington Commanders fans truly wanted to see on a week-to-week basis. Did coaching play a part of it? Yeah. Can you say personnel also played a part of it? And I was talking to my man just going into this week's game, and he said, I asked him, how would you rank what would you rank, or how would you rank the pretty much, I'm not gonna say it's a failure, but the lack of production this season so far. And he gave me his rankings, and I gave mine, and it kind of sparked a deeper conversation as we went further into my rankings, right? And I ranked it here, man. Ranking number 1 is injuries. Injuries on the defensive line, losing Will Harris, losing Austin Eckler, losing some guys that we was going into training camp with and building chemistry with, losing Javante Baptiste, losing Dorrance Armstrong, having these guys go out for injuries, it hurts. And then losing JD for 2 weeks, having him come back, and then losing for another week, can allude to the sophomore slumps talk and all that kind of stuff. I don't care about that. If you want to crown him a sophomore slump season, that's cool with me too. It is what it is because at the end of the day, I care about wins and losses, and if we're not winning, it's like, all right, you can say he's not really good of a quarterback. That's for the outside fan base, people that want to just troll, right? But I rank injuries number one. Injuries has truly hurt us week by week. Losing guys. Terry McLaurin, I'm sorry, I forgot. He's one of the main guys that we didn't anticipate to lose for 4 weeks. Had him come back, and then now he's going to miss, last week, and he had good production with Marcus Mariota, not our starting quarterback, and then now he's out again. So the injury bug has definitely demoralized, and you can still see somewhat of the fight in our team week to week. You can see us still trying to get better with the guys that we, have, in the second and third unit, and how we built out this 53-man roster. So secondly, and this one may be interchangeable, and y'all let me know in the comments, man. Do y'all agree with the rankings that I put in? And it's only 3. Injuries was number 1, and I'm gonna say scheme was number 2. And to kind of break that down without going too much into it, it's just I don't feel like our offensive and defensive coordinator has been able to scheme wins week to week. Now, I guess you could probably rank these two together or put them side by side, but I feel as though if you're not getting the production that you would normally get from your starters, and that's from a pass rush perspective, that's from a receiver perspective, getting open, winning one-on-ones. We saw Terry McLaurin beat a guy down the field, and we haven't seen that in a while, and it was like, God damn, like, it's good to have that back, right? And we saw Luke McCaffrey win a one-on-one matchup, right? Against the Chargers, I believe. And JD threw a beautiful pass to him, and he came down with it. Tough contested catch. Debo, having an injury and not being able to be he was 100% on the field, but him not playing against the Dallas Cowboys hurt us. Scheme is one of this is my second one, and I may be, teetering between swapping this, right? But I feel like if you don't have the production that you're getting that you would have wanted from your starters, you gotta find ways to utilize the guys that we do currently, have on the field. Because, and I know this is a long stretch, so don't take it with a grain of salt. To people who say, man, yes, injuries is what's hurting this team, does that mean that we stop competing week by week? Does that mean that we send the second and third unit guys that we kept on the roster, that we filled out our roster with, and not prep and prepare and for battle with the guys that we have left, to play? That's what I mean by scheme. It's like, all right, you see that you're not getting that same pass rush, or you're not beating man coverage as much as you want to. All right, now how can we figure out ways schematically to get guys open, to get to the quarterback and make the game a disruptive game for whatever opposing quarterback we playing against? And if you have that mentality, man, yes, you can. It's hard to assess it, but the far stretch thing that I was gonna say is just like, all right, if that is truly your mindset, why not just forfeit the rest of the season? You know what I'm saying? And some people will probably be outlandish and say, yeah, man, just forfeit it, man. We don't need to watch no more games, and they probably checked out already mentally. I'm still watching this team because at the end of the day, it's not just this year that we need to be focused on. Yes, we have been bruised and battered, and we are hurt due to injuries, and we're not playing the best brand of football that we would like to see as fans due to injuries. But don't you think that you still want to see the competitiveness from those second and third unit guys that's getting the opportunity to step up and make a name for themselves in the NFL? And I say that to say is that, man, and I'm not comparing us to other teams, but you go and look around the league that everybody's dealing with injuries. Maybe not to the, season-ending injury list, but you still dealing with guys that are out multiple weeks. And you see other teams that are great teams or good teams, some good, some great teams. The next man and it's the next man up mentality, and they're going out there and still producing at a high level. They're going out there and still get defensive stops. And I look at teams like Detroit. They are badly bruised at the DB position, safety and cornerback group. But you go and look at their defense, and you can say that it's a testament to that is how good they pass rush is, what it is. But you still see them going out there and playing the game like they're starters and they're backup guys. But that's just one. And there's other injured teams. Y'all let me know if y'all agree with that or not. And thirdly, I would say personnel. And you can switch that, and I wouldn't argue it. You could put personnel second because of how old we are. They say how old we are. And you can make an assertion that, the elder, the old niggas that we got on the roster just ain't got it no more. Like, and that's cool. That's fair to say because we did see a glimpse of like, God damn, is this what youthful speed look like? We saw it with Jordan McGee and Tyler Owens and Jeremy Reeves, who was able to flash and make plays. You know what I'm saying? Open field tackles, get to the ball, even if they're trying to run it to the edge. Guys beating them, you know what I'm saying, and getting there and making themselves known. You get what I'm saying? You saw the speed with the young guys. And that's not taking nothing away from Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louvu. Mainly Bobby Wagner, who we see has been, limited in pass coverage. Now, we also seen on Twitter that there's a tweet going out that, Bobby Wagner is addressing fans, and that's not good for the organization, saying two of those passes that, he was a part of or in from a film perspective wasn't on him. And they can argue that in the linebacker or the defensive coordinator or the defensive room when they go to watch film and get ready, for the next week to figure out how they can eliminate those issues, right? So I say that to say, like, personnel, yes, we are missing guys, but that's part. And all these are they all come together or work with one another in some way, shape, or form because injuries is allowing the personnel that we have secondarily or the older guys that we probably like. The injuries is hurting us in a way, but the personnel that we also are putting out there isn't able to, step up and play at a high level as if the starters was in the game, right? And we can, Dietrich Wise, after that he missed week 1 or something. I forgot when he got hurt, but it is what it is. That's my rankings: injuries, scheme, personnel. Do I think we need to get younger? Yeah. This is why I agree with some of the content creators that talking about and fans that I'm seeing is like, we don't need to be biased this trade deadline. If we're gonna make the playoffs, let's make it off of the guys that we got in the locker room right now. Because we're not our record doesn't show that we need to be buyers unless a deal comes across the table like a Brian Thomas Jr. Then I'm making that trade, right? Because that will set up your offense of weapons for when you get a Terry back next year or, sometime at the end of the season. And Debo and Jaden Daniels are all healthy, and you got Brian Thomas Jr. that you can, now you got 3 offensive weapons. But enough of that. Let's get into the game. Let's get into Seattle Seahawks Sunday night primetime football. There are reports that JD has had 2 full practices, so it's looking like we're going to see him. I did pull some stuff from Twitter. This is funny right here. And why it's so funny is that it ain't even the video, right? It ain't even the title of Dan Quinn. It's my man bleeding Burgundy and Gold, man. He said shit don't hit the same. And he right, man. Like, this used to get me hyped. Like, yeah, let's go, fellas. Let's lock in. Man, this shit is like, all right, it looked good. It looked good, week to week or during training camp. But it's like, bro, where's this energy at for 4 quarters of football when the lights are cut on and the whistle is blown and that ball is kicked off? Where's that same energy at? We saw it for 2 halves. Not mostly from our offense, because we couldn't capitalize on the 2 turnovers that the defense gave us. But we saw it from the defensive side. Like, the energy was there. The scheme was there. You saw Joe Witt come out with a different scheme. He went with 3 D linemen and 4 linebackers. Or 3 linebackers. He went with a 4-down lineman, D lineman and 3 linebackers. Like, we saw some different looks. We saw some different looks. So the energy was there the first time, but the second half, I don't know if it was because we went more zone based rather than standing man coverage, and that's a question mark, and that goes to the scheme. It's like Joe Witt, why are you not sticking with what is working? Why is you not sticking with his work? And then the injury thing popped up again. We lost Ken Law. He was ready to come back in the game, but shit, the game was out of hands. Fuck it. We lost Laramie Tunsil to a hamstring injury. It's like, all right, damn, these injuries is still piling on in game. We lost Johnny Newton, who didn't return. Shout out to Laramie Tunsil. He tried to get back. He tried to get back in the game. He came in for a few snaps, and then Brandon Coleman came in, who didn't play bad. He didn't play bad. Let's check this out. Chuck said, if I was the coach, my QB would primarily be under center. I also have a fullback on my roster, and we talked about that, right? We talked about that a little bit, and and that goes to like the scheme, right? Cliff Kingsbury and the evolution of the air raid and how you can breed and blend multiple variations or multiple formations into your successful air raid offense, because the offense isn't bad. The overall offense of the air raid offense that Cliff Kingsbury calls isn't bad. Do we have moments where he called great plays? Yes. But then it goes into this moment where it's just like, it's very fucking predictable. It becomes like, all right, we hit a couple plays here and there. Oh, dang, I didn't think we was gonna run that out of that. All right, we leak John Bates up the middle of the field and we convert a 15-yard play. But then it gets right back to the same old. I think single back formation needs to be asserted into the offense. I think I formation, just different looks. I think you can do a lot out of play action football under center. I think that also makes a defense still guess. Hey, we know what y'all we don't know what y'all gonna run. We don't know if y'all gonna run play action. We don't know if y'all gonna run stretch, quick toss, quick pitch. We don't know if y'all gonna run an end around, a jet motion to handoff. Like, it's so much stuff that you run out of single back and you go. And again, I hate to keep pointing to the rest of the NFL, but it's so difficult to see. I mean, it's like it boggles my brain when I go and look at all these other offenses in the NFL and the production. The Baltimore Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Buffalo Bills, Detroit Lions, the Seahawks, the Buccaneers. Like, you look at all these offenses that is having success, and not saying that we not, but they're moving the ball down the field and they're keeping defenses guessing. Is that they all run out of shotgun, single back, I formation, some pistol. They utilize everything. They're not just one dimensional where you're seeing your quarterback line up in shotgun and pistol majority of the game. So yes, I'm going to hang my hat on Cliff has to install more under center plays, more affirmation, like and that's single back and affirmation. Like, we gotta be able to just throw in different variations to keep defenses guessing. Because guess what? Through 4 quarters of the game, if I know that you're sitting in shotgun and pistol, all right, the tendencies are there, man. When the substitution comes in, is there, and we saw some glimpses of it. Again, I go back to the John Bates leak out. Like, we motioned him, and he disguised the block and shot up the field. And Marcus found him wide open for like 15 yards. Nobody's checking him because guess what? The tendency says when John Bates is in the game and he motions, it's 9 times out of 10 an inside zone or we're running some type of counter. We're running the ball. That's what the tendency say, and I argue that with anybody. I'll argue that with anybody. So to see the and then the second one was we brought Ben in, and we know that he's been a nice little help to the run blocking game. And we leaked him out, and we found the check down for about 7-8 yards. So it's like, man, you just want to continue to see the involvement, the evolving of the offensive play calling, and keep defenses guessing. So hopefully we can keep doing that with Cliff Kingsbury. If we got JD back, hopefully we can keep Debo there and still have one of his guys back, because what we saw with Dallas, man, no run game, the passing game was just. We was moving the ball still. And that's another thing. I still think that we can move the football. I think that we still have a successful offense, even with it just being an air raid majority air raid offense. But I think that we need to find other ways to still make defenses guess. That's just me. I'm standing on that hill. I think you got to mix it up some way, Cliff. And we're going to have to do that Sunday night against the Seattle Seahawks, who's playing phenomenal defense. Like, they have, like, I think top 5 run defenses. So they're not allowing to run. Shit, we can't run the ball anyway. So that's a major question mark. Can we go out here and get Lil Bill back activated and running the ball? Do we have any different, again, and y'all could please let me know in the comments. Inside zone left, inside zone right, counter left, counter right, and read option. Those are our 5 run plays that we run week to week. Now we mix it in, but we're primarily heavy pass offense. And I did see some glimpses of bunches, but I would like to see some pick routes, some rub routes, some drag, like some double drags, some deep drag routes, like crosser route, deep crossers. Like, we don't. It's sad that we only got one deep threat, and that's Terry McLaurin, who's not playing. What did you draft guys like Jalen Lane for, who's a 4-3 guy, Luke McCaffrey, who's a 4-3 guy? Why are we not setting up something, for these guys to have some deep threat opportunities? Yes, Jalen Lane has to get better at catching the ball when the ball is thrown to him, when his number is called. Something that he really, truly needs to work out on in this offseason. But he's a rookie. How much am I going to hold that over his head? Nah, not much. And I know some guys don't care about you being a rookie. They want to see production. And that's true. You definitely do. Let's see what JD looking like. Definitely still rocking the knee brace. Now, do he have the same burst? We don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll wait till game day to see that. To see if he's ready. He's truly ready to play. Do we still have the same wiggle? We'll see.
Just one win. We get one win, and that's going to set us where we want to be.
So based on that, is this game a must-win on Sunday?
Every one of them is, but yeah, we dying for a win, and I think we gonna do what we got to do to make sure that we put ourselves in the best situation to win.
I mean, I feel like that's how we see it. There's still a lot of games left, a lot of opportunity to turn things around.
Got to get back to being just dog competitors. You know what I mean? It's like, these guys want to win. You can see it, you can feel it, and it's just going out there, and performing.
Obviously, we haven't had the results that we wanted, but I think we're still a very determined group and put our best foot forward and finding all the little things that we can do to get better. We're going to do what it takes to make things right and go out there and start winning.
I just think it's going to.
And that's good. That's good to hear, right? It's good to hear that they have acknowledged that they have not been playing the best brand of football that they should be playing. But until it shows up on the field for 4 quarters, and it's not just one game. Yes, it starts with one game, but we gotta win. Like, we still have a chance. Y'all don't understand. We still got the Detroit Lions. We got Seattle up next. We got the I'm about to say Denver Broncos. No, we got the Minnesota Vikings. We still got the Giants, Eagles twice, and we still got so we still have enough NFC games that we can run the table on. We can run the table on and push in for the playoffs, but it starts with the first one, and that starts Sunday night. I know I spoke a little bit about the offense and still finding ways to get the run game going and consistently running the ball, and how much that will, lessen the workload that we got to put on JD if we have a successful run game. Jeremy McNichol, shout out to him. He's been a great receiving back for us out the backfield. Lil Bill, the opportunities that he's getting I think it's just more design them stop and understate the tendencies that they see from a run game. It makes it easier to stop. I would love to see him run some toss plays. Like, just to give me a toss play one time. Give me a stretch play where he's getting outside the tackle, and he's able to make a jump, a cutback, which he's great at. A cutback lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, and see if we can. If it don't work, then fuck it, it don't work. But if we're not even trying to run it, and we just sticking to the 5 run plays that we run, it's not going to be a success from a run game perspective, right? But, hey, I digress. Hopefully, JD is 100% healthy. I still want to see, and again, Burks, let's go. Shoot him up. Why we not bringing him up? Like, all right, man, we'll tell you your routes. JD will give you your routes as you come in. Or when you sub in, hey, you run this route. Get him out there, bro. Like, we have nothing to lose right now. And I'm not saying that Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Chris Moore, I don't like Chris Moore, but Robbie Chosen aren't guys that ain't able to come in and produce. But get some different looks. Throw some new bodies in there. Sorry. Throw some new bodies in there, man. You got to try everything. Everything got to be on the board, on the table as options to try to get a spark. See if it's a player that has been waiting for an opportunity to come out there offensively and defensively, waiting for a moment to make a play for the team, to reignite the energy. They're talking about it that like it's there. It's still there, but you just need that one player. I know Joe Witt spoke today talking about, we might see a little bit more Von Miller, and especially if Johnny Newton cannot go Sunday due to an ankle injury. And that's just another, another, like, damn, bruh. But he got to step up too. And I know we stockpile some guys for like future roster spots, some young guys. But Drake Jackson, are you good? Hey, Slim, can you come in there and give us at least 1 or 2 downs? I know we brought in a couple of guys to, try out and all that kind of stuff. I don't think nothing happened with that. But that now we going to the defense, going against Sam Darnold, going against I cannot Jack. I'm just gonna say JSN, number 11, Cooper Kupp. Their offense has been able to move the ball down the field, and the way our defense plays, it's like, damn, you expect them to do the exact same thing. Kenneth Walker, Chardonnay, that's not his last name, but they got 2 good running backs back there. Sam Donald's been playing decent football. It's like it's going to be another tough task for our defense. Can we get it together? Hell yeah. We seen glimpses of it, man. We seen glimpses of it, and you got to keep trying. You got to keep he said Jordan McGee is going to get more playing time. I like to hear that. So is Tyler Owens. It's hard to not see that flash of speed. Now, when it's all said and done, hopefully they can put it all together where the mental stays locked in. Like playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, that one that Tyler Owens shot to the flats rather than getting def and just coming up and rallying and making the play, keeping the ball in front of you, not letting nobody behind you. You would have wanted him to get a little bit more def and come up and rally and make Patrick Mahomes to take that check down. But that's a mistake. Okay, yeah. But can you learn from it? That should be like a base level defensive mindset. Keep everything in front of you. Never let nobody behind you. And we rally as a unit, as 11 guys. We all rally to the ball. And I talked to my man about being competitive. We saw, and this is not me calling out Marshawn Lattimore, but this is just what I'm talking about, being competitive. Regardless of how it's not going your way, the call's not going your way, still being competitive every down that you're on that field. And that slant route that Rice ran, and shout out to Quan Martin for putting a nice hit on him and fumbling the ball. Just imagine if it was zone. I don't give a fuck if it was zone or man. I think it looked like more of a zone call, and he released them inside. But just imagine if he's playing zone and he sees the quarterback staring down that slant and he breaks as soon as Rice breaks. And I'm not saying or a step after Rice breaks, and that collision still happens. He's way better in a position to pick up that fumble. He got there too late because guess what? When he ran inside, you saw Marshawn Lattimore not competing. That's what I mean by, like, when you got veteran guys, yeah, we got the oldest team, and I shouldn't be seeing the oldest guys not competing every fucking play. I should not be seeing that from my veteran guys. I'm sorry. So I'm going to call you out on it. Because when you laxy-daisy or you taking the playoff, guess what that's telling the guys younger than you? Oh, shit, Marshawn doing, I can take a playoff too. No. We cannot allow that to seep through our organization. We cannot do it. Shout out to Jeremy Reed. Shout out to Jacob Martin, who probably played the best brand of football like on the defensive side Monday night against the Kansas City Chiefs. Keep bringing that. Keep doing it. Let's go. Keep it up. Let's stack up back-to-back weeks. So my score prediction for this game, man, I think it could be an upset. I know that it's a -3 game for the odds, but I got us winning this game 28, man, 23. I still think that if we can capitalize and get into the end zone, we can still put up 24 to 28 points a game, man. And with JD back, I like our chances even more. So just hopefully that we can keep, him protected. Let's not try to make him more of a pocket passing QB. He got to be himself. That's what makes JD, right? Him using his legs when the play isn't there. But also, JD, I just kind of want to see you trust your eyes, bro. And I know as you get further in your NFL career and the game it slowed down already, but you will start to get to your reads a lot quicker as you gain more experience. You would have hoped he got there. Yeah, he's gotten there, but we can't be that blind. He's had check down. If it ain't there, immediately get to your check down. Let them get. And we saw that from Marcus Mariota. He'll quickly step. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, bet check down. And we get 2 to 3 yards, 4 yards. That's what you need. That Jeremy Nichols, that release route, when he came in and chipped and released, I don't know if that was that wasn't the first read. That was like his 3rd, 4th read. But he looked, nothing down the field. He saw, get the ball down. There's nothing wrong with living with checkdowns if it's there. And living with the results. Let your guys get out in an open field and just, let the chips fall where they may. So he got to get a little bit better too. I'm not taking him off he's not getting an excuse by me by any means. And I still think that he's our best player on this team by far. But he do got to get better. And he's only in his 2nd year, and I think he is getting better. The injury thing, I'm not even going to discuss. Hopefully he's back. Hopefully he's not trying to just force himself back. We don't need longer lingering injuries, bro. Like, if you're not 100%, don't play. If you are, hey, let's go out here and try to get this W. Y'all let me know in the comments how you guys feel. I'll catch y'all in the next one, baby. Raise hell. I'm up out of here.